Well, hello, my fellow Americans. Thank you for joining me for one more day here in the United States of America, the greatest country in the world, the greatest country that was ever incepted into the world, and we still are the greatest nation to ever be upon this planet. I want all Americans to understand and to know that there are still men out there that have a tough-mindedness concerning this country, how patriotic they still can be, and that they are not going to stand for the very things that are going on within our country. Just recently I read a book called American Conspiracies by Ventura. I have made a YouTube in the past about character assassinations. I am not for character assassinations. But let me mention to you this. I am very appalled at what was written in that book, and I am very upset that this has been put into the mainstream and into the American society and into the minds of particularly young people. Mr. Ventura has made the great mistake of leaving politics, and by leaving politics, what has happened is that somehow this is some kind of redemption and trying to find some kind of fault with the American system, American political system, that there's somehow some great big brother overlooking us and willing to overtake us within the future, that they're going to put chips in our hands, that they're going to destroy us, and that they have camps for us to go into if we are going to rebel against the government. And that if we do not follow the path that the government is going to lead us down, then we are going to be considered as rabble, and we are going to be taken and even maybe killed. I do not in any way, sense or form believe this garbage, and I do not believe in these conspiracies. When I read this book, and it started with the conspiracies of basically Lincoln and going all the way to Kennedy and then going to the 9/11 conspiracy, and now this possible conspiracy they're saying about the future, where men are planning to take over the entire world, a new world order, new world government, that there's a Bilderberg group out there, that there are men that are devising and thinking up ways of controlling the entire world economy, making it collapse, making it fall apart. Now, whether or not these things are true, I do not know. But however, I can tell you this much. Where are the facts? Let me tell you, folks, what you have to go by every single day is what you see and what you know and what you experience. You cannot go by hearsay, and you cannot go by speculation. All I know today is that America is in great trouble. We have economic trouble. We do not have jobs for people. People are out on the street and poor and hungry and starving. There is great misery in our country because of the slain over in the Middle East, that these men that have died and women that have died have brought heartache to the families who were one-time family members. We have many other things in this nation that are critical issues, and for some men that have been in the politics to put out a book to bring this nation down and to say that the reason why all these things are happening is because of this great big brother, this great big eye that's overlooking everything in the world and over this country and is about to destroy us, is the reason why all these things are happening, is a great mistake by any American to follow after. Let me mention to every single person, all you have to do is go to these websites that these men and women are putting out and read what they are saying concerning this country, and then see if what they are saying is actually happening. Make up your own mind. Let me tell you, Mr. Ventura was saying in there, he says, well, there's Big Brother watching us. He says, well, you know, there's like these cameras on every single corner watching us. They have the ability now to take the facial image and that they can actually put it into a database, and your face, if it's in that database, will come up and it'll say exactly who you are. They say that you're going to track you by the OnStar tracking within your car. Let me mention to every single American concerning cameras within this nation, within businesses, on every street corner, within the database, within this every single state. Folks, the reason why we have cameras is because we break the law. It isn't because we have some great big eye-catching maniac overlooking this country, that this government is deciding to try and take us over. These are not the things that are going on. We have prisons that are full today. In fact, they're overflowing because men and women are committing great crimes. And the reason why they get caught is because a lot of times they're on camera. We have locks on our doors, folks. You know why we have locks on our doors? Because there's crime in the United States of America. These are issues, not what the government is planning to do and how the government is planning to overtake us and destroy us. My goodness. You know, I know there's a lot of celebrities out there too that have been mentioning, you know, about how the government doesn't want us to look into the conspiracy theory, how they stop everything, how it's unpatriotic. Let me tell you something. Go by what you know every single day, as I said before. Maybe the government is stopping it for a particular reason. I have said before, a lot of people were saying to me, how come you're not, you know, against George Bush when we went into Iraq? I said, you know, maybe there's a greater plan. Maybe there was a greater plan to destroy the United States of America, and they just put their foot in the Middle East and they went to Iraq to stop whatever was going to happen. Perhaps there was a greater plan after the 9/11 towers. After those were destroyed, and after we were attacked on 9/11, maybe there was a greater plan. And maybe the United States government said, you know what, we better get over into the Middle East and get a foothold in the Middle East, because if we don't, they're going to probably choke us with oil, and they're going to probably choke us financially, and we need to get over and get a foothold in the Middle East, because if we don't, they're going to sit there and they're going to destroy us. Maybe there was a greater plan. We don't know. We do know that our men in government need to be a little more tough-minded. It seems like to me that the men in government today are not serious enough. They're not tough enough. They're not professional enough. And they don't have the vision for power. And the men today that are in the positions of power need to start using that power to command, and have a willful power to command, and take care of the situations we are in this nation. Men like Jesse Ventura, I admire a man that's been a Navy SEAL and is super patriotic. I don't mean to demean him or pull him down in any way. I mean, God bless him for standing up for what he believes in, and that's what this country is all about, having free speech and what you believe in. But I also have the other side of the coin for the rebuttal of it. And I'm saying that all Americans need to be patriotic concerning their country. All Americans need to take a gander around them and see what's really happening and what the real issues in this country are. And to stay away from conspiracy theories and stay away from speculation in this country. These are not the things that we need today. What we need is vision for the future. Winston Churchill made the statement. He said, when we look to the past, we are in danger of losing the future. There is no good in looking at the conspiracy theories of the past. There's no good. We need to look to the future. We need to be creative. We need to have solutions. We need to have help by every single man, woman, and child that has the ability to help us get to the places of where we are going to achieve. We need to achieve greater things, and we need to see ourselves as a great prosperous nation again. We don't need the tearing down of this country, and that's exactly what this is doing. It is a tearing down. The American conspiracies is tearing down who we are and saying, you know what? We're rotten to the core. We're no good. There's a lot of bad people out there. We're destructive. We hate. We want to corral and take over. We love power. We want to destroy. That's exactly what this is saying. And folks, we are not that type of people. The American spirit has always been not only patriotic, but has always looked to the values and standards and ideals of living that make men and women strong in this nation. And we are to lean onto that. And the only way you get it, as I've said before in my other segments, is that the only way you're going to get that is by getting back into the Christian faith and by having those values instilled in your mind and your heart and have the blessings of God upon us. Only by the providence of God shall we ever be blessed again, and shall we ever have tough-minded men again, and men who will stand for what is right and will not be afraid of saying what they are thinking concerning where our nation is headed. Folks, let me lean unto you today, and let me ask you to think about who you are, and to stand back and take a hard look and say, when was the last time I stood for anything? When's the last time I stood for the United States of America and who we are? God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.